Folks, welcome back to the channel, and today we have the second Citadel journal, autumn 85, price £1.50. I don't know. And inside here we have colour cards and things to make up wagons and stuff for the scenario that is inside. The old style print yet again. Yeah, opened here on about hatchling plot. Collections of our miniatures surely cannot help but notice collectors of our miniatures surely cannot help but notice the new license ranges designs for Lord of the Rings and Dungeons and Dragons. Yep. And here you go with the contents again. And then you've got a complete rogues gallery here, look. So, Nick Bibby, Brian Ansell, Ali and Trish, Bob Naismith, Jess Goodwin, Charlie Elliott, Tom Mear, Kev Adams, Nick Lund, Tony Ackland, John Blanche, Perry Twins, John Stallard, Rick Priestley. At the bottom here, look. Complete rogues gallery, isn't it, that? And that's where the card bits in the front come for. And it's this old scenario for Dolgan Raiders. This was a scenario for Warhammer Fantasy Battle, the second edition. It gives you a full read up of it, military organisation, tactics, right good background to it, plus a bit of a storyline. So yeah, it's all good. Goblin Camp, Dolgan War Pie, which is like a steps, people of the steppes. And then you've got Hobgoblin Caravan. And the wagons, Wolf Riders. All your characters, stat lines. There's your victory points that you get. Obviously, when you could order, you put everything. You get your card counter so you can play straight out. Pigpen Muckyfoot's Guide to Painting. Yeah, again telling you what to use, how to mix your paints. Again, there's oils and all sorts being used in this. Yeah, same as I said in the last one, I don't use oils, never have done. Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy Battle, second edition, up £9.95. Regiments of Renown again. Disciples of the Red Redemption. Avenging Knights of the Cleansing Flame. Black Orcs. He's Ozug's Mother Crushers. Yeah, we all know what that's a play on. So there you go, look, Bloodbath at Orcs Drift. £5.95 for the scenario box set. That was really good, that was. I've got, I think, most of that except for the buildings. You've got various bits of artwork here, look. When they just started going into slaughter bases. But yeah, that was just early painting at the time. There we go, Fighting Fantasy. 60mm plastic figures. They all had head swaps and things. Heroes, barbarians, heroic knights, warriors of chaos, dwarves, skeletons, goblins, orcs and ogres. So unfortunately I don't think these took off very well. So there you are, your new box sets: Adventurous Starter box set and Monster starter set. And there we go, this is your add-on to your second compendium that was out, telling you all about the slaughter races and flying stands, hexagonal ones. So yeah, the old symbol requires assembly, i.e. gluing. Yeah, your dwarves, my old classic dwarves there. Some of the old elves as well. Beautiful figures they are. Some of the C12 goblins. Alan and Michael Perry and Kev Adams. The elves is Ali Morrison. Orcs, Alan and Michael Perry. Undead Samurai, Ali Morrison. See, this is what I miss. People being credited for the work. It's been long gone. Jez Goswin's Giant Ogres Troglodytes by Trish Morrison. Chaos Beastmen. Trish Morrison again. Monsters, these are all by Nick Bibby. Famous Turtle Dragon, that was used in the Macbeth scenario. Oh yeah, again, yawning. There's the old Kev Adams Giant Hill Troll. Some more of the C33 that I mentioned in one of the others. Wizard on Flying Carpet, Chaos Knight. I used to love these adventure packs. Yeah, they are monsters, demons of law, death elemental and life elemental. They were Alan Michael Perry and Nick Bibby. They were designed by Alan Michael Perry and Ali Morrison. Here you go, Ali Morrison's Hobgoblins. Again, cracking figures. He goes for silly money. That one does on eBay. Absolutely silly money. All battle cards. Townsfolk. They were done by Trish. Yeah, absolutely cracking. And yeah, Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. I used to buy these and use them in my normal rank and file. The Rangers, they used to do a set of Rangers as well, Citadel did, but you used to get these as well. For some strange reason, I got drawn to the Rangers and wanted to build an army up around the old concept, but I never ever completed it. Here we go, Regiments of Renown. Heroic Knights 450 off, Orcs 450, Chaos Monks 450, not 8 troopers and 1 leader. Or it became 8 troopers, 1 standard, 8 troopers, champion, 8 troopers, and your musician. Look, your first set of paints again. Individually with 60p each. Set 1 and set 2, they had 9 pots of paint in there, each set for £4.95. And all your fighters and everything again. You still got individual ones, look at 60p, your halflings, look, 2 for 95p. Goblins 4 for 150, because this is when the pack started to expand. Started bringing in multiples. You know, 3 orcs, 150. His skeletons and everything were still individual. Your lizard men were, creatures and everything were 195. Men at arms were 195. I'm assuming that's for 4 or 5. Chaos Beastmen 4 for 195. Giants £3.95. You look at it now. I mean, don't get me wrong, some of the stuff that came after this was really nice figures, but these had a lot more character to them. The only thing that I did find a little bit niddly at the time is that, you know, like you see one fighters and what have you, never had any standard bearers or musicians in it. So it made it awkward to make units up, and trying to convert. At the time I was a bit younger and hadn't got a clue, and some of them, they were difficult to convert. So especially without having to hack everything apart. So, you know, look, Lord of the Rings Adventure packs, sorry. Gorgeous figures they were. Psychostyrene plastic dwarves. 75 pence a sprue. Arcane monstrosities over here. They were like your orc wyvern and things like that. Battle truck set. Dragons, $4.95 for an oriental dragon. Most expensive one was a spine dragon at the time at £15. Bases, 20mm square, 2 pence. Mad. And there you go, some more of the Dungeons and Dragons packs. Some beauties in amongst there were as well. More Dungeons and Dragons. Minotaur. I think that ended up in normal range. I might be wrong. These, I think, ended up in your normal range of figures after they lost the license, I believe. Dungeons and Dragons starter set. Monster starter set. Yeah, I remember these coming out. Never played any Dungeons and Dragons, it never really grabbed me. But yeah, you go, the Lord of the Rings figures at the time. Back in 85 when they had the first license, which was proper Tolkien's license, not the model one today, which is to do with New Line. Again, some lovely figures in amongst these. They weren't going for stupid money up until recently. Everything's gone mad. You know, Golfag's other regiment of mercenary ogres. Samples of the Red Redemption. These were all featured earlier in this magazine book. You've got all the background and everything for them. These are Black Hawks. Macmillan's Chronicle miniatures. Chaos Chimera. Yeah, look, Dwarf Lord's a legend coming soon. That is and still, well, was and still is a cracking set of figures. I've got him currently on the workbench. You know, designing t-shirts. So, there were loads of competitions about. There's the shield one that was in the other one, featured in the other one. So these were some of the winners. Stunning artwork amongst them. You know, it's a bit dated now, but still, things like that and that. Absolutely outstanding work. I could never do it. I ain't got the patience for a start. Yeah, look. Giants, Titans and Gold. The giant demons on a budget. That's to do with the plastic figures, the 60mm ones. Yeah, look. To use them in Warhammer Fantasy Battle. Evil Demons. Again, the plastic ones. Now this is a brilliant feature. Players Guild, a group of lads locally from Mansfield and area. They used to do an awful lot of display games, large ones, and I believe, if I remember rightly, as a kid, this was in the window at the shop I used to go to. Some say it's all made of card and bits of plastic and stuff, but mainly card tubes and things. But this goes on about, organising what they were doing, talking to Brian, and they used to give stuff to folk or they buy cheaper, I don't know. Explains about, all your boards, all river sections, other terrain. Yeah, this is when Dave Andrews started to make his own scenery. And if you see his new scenery now, when you go to the war game shows and he's doing historical stuff, it's absolutely stunning now. This was, it made me awestruck when I was a youngster at the time, but now the stuff he's doing is unbelievable. Rick Priestley goes in pursuit. These are some clarifications on second edition rules. There you are. That was the Warhammer world at the time, known world. So you got Nippon mentions Cathay, Ind, Northern Steppes, Darklands, Norska, Albion, Araby, Southlands, South Chaos Waste, Lustria, and the New World. Yeah, considerably smaller. Some of these names disappeared after a while, and the maps changed a little bit. But yeah. Some of the readers' artwork again. That's intricate. But yeah, some corkers in amongst that. There you go, look, answering how to paint and questions that came in to the staff and answers that they got. Again, they did really interact at this point with the customers quite a lot. I think that's what made the fan base grow as well. They're very approachable. And here you go, more tokens to play the Golden Raiders game. But yeah, it's these were all good. You used to get all these sort of things in the scenario boxes as well, like Orcs Drift and what have you. And then on your back, look, you've got Judge Dredd. They didn't have the license for that for a while and did a range of figures. And then it moved on. But yeah, if you find any of these figures, they're still quite nice now. But yeah, so that was the Citadel Journal, Autumn 85. Yep, cracking. Lovely artwork on the front, good colour reference when painting. This actual artwork was on the front of the box as well, for those of you who have never seen the box art for it. But yeah, absolutely lovely figures. So folks, there you go, another trip down memory lane. If you've lasted this long, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Tell your mates about the channel. Hopefully they'll subscribe. I'm still chasing numbers. But it'd be nice, like I said, to get to 140 by the end of October. If I get more, that's a bonus. But yeah, so once again, thank you for tuning in. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and enjoy your hobby. Goodbye.